I think a lot of people are turned off by being told who they should vote for based on skin color. I'm a black man. I'm in a black Greek-led organization. I went to one historically black college or university. None of that should matter with regards to how I make a decision on who I'm going to vote for.
Why do you think she's not the one?
I didn't think she was the one in 2020. I didn't find her to be a formidable enough candidate to get the base out to support her. They overlook class in the same way that Hillary Clinton 8 years ago took the black vote as well as the unionized community for granted. When you think that you have something just based on the history, and you don't speak to them, you don't come into the community, then the community is turned. There's going to come a point where the community just gets sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Looks like there is a massive support around black voters going to Donald Trump. Why is that?
The black community wants a leader who has the energy to actually go to bat for the issues that they want to fight for. And we see that in Donald Trump. We don't necessarily see that from Joe Biden. President Donald Trump is visible. He's taking challenging questions, and the people feel like if he's reelected that he'll have the energy, he'll have the charisma to get up and go and fight for the issues.
What do you think is going to be the #1 issue that could drive black folks to the polls?
Well, it has to be the economy. I think everyone is suffering right now.
Economy. You can't fool what happens at the grocery store.
We have a lot of people in the room today from Chicago. We have people from New York, and we also have people that are in Texas, from where you're from, that are tired of what we're seeing with the migrant issue.
Joe Biden's policies are putting, illegal immigrants ahead of the urban voters, of the black community here.
So it looks like there's a shift amongst black folks, and it looks like more and more are going for the Republican Party. Why now?
I think the Biden administration has really, in the last 4 years, I was just having a conversation at the table, it's like the whole house is in shambles.
I think most black people are trying to look for something different, and a lot of us are waking up, especially black men, and we're waking up to what the Democrat Party has been doing to us for so many years.
You can see what Biden is doing right now, making promises, but in reality, nothing is changing. We've been hearing hope and change for a long time now, and there hasn't been a real hope and change at the ground level.
President Trump is the only person that can get the job done.
He's in the communities. He's actually putting forth an effort to capture the black vote. He's putting forth an effort to fight for the issues that we've been pushing for decades.
Black people just need to come and realize that the Republican Party is not the enemy. And really just pay attention to what's going on, the pure facts of what's going on right now with this administration. It is time to really just open your eyes, and the Republican Party is not the enemy. It's good on this side of the fence.
But a lot of us as African Americans don't understand that we need to vote for Trump. We keep the narrative that he's a racist is a false narrative. We know it's a false narrative. It's a push. He wasn't called a racist until he started running for office. Before then, he was hanging out with every rapper, in the city. So how can he be a racist up until one point, and then all of a sudden he's a racist all of a sudden? But his policies, we need to not vote for personality. We need to vote for policies. His policies are for everybody, and he's done so many things for African Americans. The Second Chance Act, low unemployment rate, and he's given to historic black colleges. So we need to keep those policies and push forward with his policies and keep that momentum and not vote different when it comes up. The Democrats have nothing for us but death on their platform, and most of their platforms do nothing but destroy the African American community. We know that. We say we want to change, but we're afraid to make the change because of his personality. I get it. A lot of people don't like him, but like his policies, and you cannot lose those policies as African Americans. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, you're wrong for supporting him and everything like that." No, I'm not wrong for supporting him. We need to keep those policies, and we need to keep that momentum in the African American community moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's important to note, like you said, unemployment for the African American community specifically is at an all-time low, and you can't dispute facts. What would you say to your African American counterparts that argue that he hasn't done for the community what other people say he has?
Well, I would first of all tell them to look his policies up. We vote personality instead of voting policy. I told a friend about the low unemployment rate. He didn't even know it. I was talking to an African American friend of mine. He was like, "What did he do?" They keep asking, "What's his policies? What's his policy?" I said, "Haven't you heard about the low unemployment?" No, I didn't know that. All they know is, "Oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. He's a racist." That's a false narrative being pushed by the left. You can't just look at this election is so important. You can't look at personality. You have to look at policy. I used to vote like that too. Before I got with Walkaway helped me out a lot. She helped me out a lot to walk away from the Democratic Party. I was one of those people that voted on personality. I'll just look at the candidates and say which one's a nicer guy. Well, we can't do that because nice can be tricked nowadays.
Absolutely.
The people on the Democratic side will smile in your face and won't get your vote and won't give you nothing in return. We need to, at this point, look at President.
The problem with liberals is that they think that black people are obsessed with racism and not the economy. The African Americans, they're beginning to wake up because they begin to realize the economy is bad. Same thing with England. The economy is just horrendous. People are worried over the cost of living and inflation. However, black people shouldn't be worried about the economy. Black people shouldn't be worried about jobs. We should be preoccupied with racism. And this is a narrative that these liberals are selling. But yet, when you look at liberal areas, when you look at areas run by liberals, it's run down. When you look at crimes, black on black killings, black on black crimes, liberals have nothing to say about it. Yet they're pushing this race agenda. Yet black people are killing black people by the thousands in America and notably in Britain. Yet the socialists and the liberals are quiet about it. We shouldn't be interested in the economy. We shouldn't have an interest in bettering our lives, our family. We shouldn't have that kind of interest. We should be gorillas. We should be monkeys. We should be savages. And this is how the liberals portray us. And that's the reason why black people are waking up and voting for Donald Trump. I want to also mention, they say, oh, Donald Trump is a racist. Do you know something? If you look at Donald Trump's background, all is associated with black people. When did Donald Trump become a racist? When? Who portrayed him as a racist? And what for? What has the liberals done for black people in 70 years? Nothing. The same way as Louis Farrakhan, taking money from black people and done nothing for the black economy. Black people are sick and tired now. In 2024, pushing 2025, black people are waking up and say we're no longer going to fall for this liberal plantation. We're going to set ourselves free and make America great again. Because by making America great again, you also will benefit from the positive outlook. You know, I couldn't believe it. I was saying today to a friend of mine that I was watching videos, you know, where black people were saying, I voted Trump because of the economy. You know, the cost of living is horrendous. So we shouldn't think about the economy. We should be focusing on racism for the last 70 years. And this is the agenda that liberals have been pushing. I'm not saying that you can't be concerned, you know, with social injustice. But when you focus on it 24 hours, days a week, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it makes you unwell. It's not natural. Farrakhan makes money out of racism. Some of the black civil rights movement leaders made money out of racism. You've got to be careful. Start to think science, start to think maths, and start to think, who am I better off being governed by? Joe Biden has done nothing, and Kamala Harris would have been worse. She would have been worse. And black people are waking up, saying, I'm not going to con for a fake black heritage. When for so many years, she was saying she was Indian. For so many years, then suddenly she wants a black vote, then she's black. You know, so it's a cheek that liberals think that black people shouldn't focus on the economy. We should have no pride in our ambition. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.